folks, welcome back to Woody's Corner. Today we're going to show our Otto Wilde searing grill. Change this. It's a beautiful fall day. Of course, it's getting dark early. It's like 5:30. But this is it. I just started it up. It's a propane device. So use it outside. The Otto Wilde or Wilde or whatever they called it. This is the Pro model. It's got the 2 infrared burners. Gets up to 1500 degrees. So we've used it for the first time yesterday as a trial run on a marinated flank steak. And we actually had a 2-pack, so we're doing the other one tonight. It's a little bit thicker. But last night I did a 1-minute sear per side, raised all the way up, level 2 rack. After that, brought it down and cooked it for 3 minutes. And again, it was a little thinner, a little smaller, and it was perfectly medium rare. In the middle, just a little bit less than medium rare. But it was beautiful, it was tasty. 1 minute per side, 3 minutes down, lowered the rack down, and in 5 minutes had a perfectly cooked steak. Everybody just loved it. So we're doing it again tonight. I think this one was a little thicker, so I'm probably going to go probably 4.5 minutes when I lower it. And so I'm just waiting. It only takes a few minutes to heat up. It's already smelling good from kind of burning the cooked stuff from last night, it looks like. So I'm going to go get the steak and get this thing going. I'm just going to kind of show it as I go, because it's just one guy out here filming tonight. Like I say, it's actually kind of burning off the residue from the grate from last night's cook. It actually smells really good. I'm going to let that burn off a little bit before I put this one on, and we'll get started here in a minute. Also, one thing I'll mention is I'm not using any water in the drip tray down there because this is a flank steak, and there's really not much fat, so there's not really the risk of flare-ups from any fat dripping down and catching fire. So we didn't run into any problems last night with it, so that's the plan. Alright, so we got it up. We're on level 2. We're on level 2. Actually, I need to raise it just a little bit more. Apologize. And I got the timer going, so I'm going to turn this off so I can watch my timer. It goes really quick. Alright, so I flipped it real quick. Like I say, you got to go really quick on this sear. It's a minute aside. And then we'll lower it. I'm going to do it like 4.5 minutes. I'll flip it one more time and lower the rack down to like 5. But you can see it's up there doing its thing. Alright, yeah, so, we did a minute aside on the sear, 1500. And then I turned these dials down. You can see I'm at kind of a halfway point on both of them. I'm using both because of the width of the steak. I lowered the rack to what they call level 5. It's the bottom setting. I was up at level 2 right under the burners, the higher sear setting. And now we're just letting this thing cook for about, we'll go ahead and do 4 minutes, maybe 4, actually probably 4.5. So, because it's a little thicker than what we had last night, I figured that'd be perfect. On the Otto Wilde recipe for a flank steak, they talk about lowering it and cooking it at half temp, about 3 to 5 minutes. So again, I'm gonna go about 4.5. We like a medium rare, and this is gonna be good. About a minute and a half in, smelling really nice. This is an incredible device, I gotta say. I've been doing lately a lot of reverse sear, in the house. Used to be do it on the charcoal. I got a really nice charcoal grill, but you get kind of lazy. The reverse sear inside has been working great, but this is a different level, and it's a different crust that forms. The flavors on this flank steak, because it's marinated, the burning effect on that, I mean, there's a lot of different flavors at work, and I can't wait to try this on so many different things. I mean, there's just a lot of things. I'm looking actually forward to doing some charred oyster cooking later on in the year here. It's going to be a lot of fun. Burgers, all kinds of steaks. a fattier steak where you do have a little bit more action in there. That's going to be fun too. I think the next scene will be when I let it rest and we slice it up. I ended up flipping the meat, even though we're still cooking down here. And I think I'm going to pull it here at 4 minutes. I ended up pulling it at 4.5 minutes. But yeah, it looks really good. We're going to let it rest. We've got some sweet potatoes in the microwave and we'll slice it up here in a minute. Oh yeah. You know, this side over here, mostly medium rare. You get a little bit more rare in the middle right there where it's thick. Lots of soupage. Call out to Cousin Tony. We got some bread and sweet potatoes. It's going to be a tasty meal. You can tell I marinated it all day. Yesterday's was only 4 hours. Today it's a full, 10 hours. So flavor should be pretty rich.